What is a digital transformation strategy? A digital transformation strategy is a plan to deliberately reposition an organization in the digital economy. It's not an IT plan or a new user experience or an upgrade to business processes. Although these things are important, they rarely go far enough to reposition the entire organization. Let's break this down. Let's take a look at the meaning of the words digital transformation strategy. The word digital is a synonym for the pace of change that's occurring in today's world, driven by this rapid adoption of technology. Your world has gone digital, your customer's world has gone digital, my world's digital, it's all digital. The word transformation emphasizes how an organization must be built to change and innovate rather than just simply enhance and support business as usual. A strategy is a plan of action. It should contain a vision of what the business is transforming from and into and why we're transforming. More importantly, it must define the near-term challenges that must be overcome along the journey if the business is to reposition itself and demonstrate how teams might address those challenges. Before we get into the detail, we must first agree on one thing. Strategy is not a set of rolling resource figures and budgets. That's a common mistake. A strategy does not focus on just tweaking how we operate. That's operational efficiency. Good, but it's not strategic. It focuses on what you're going to do more of, less of, and what you're going to do that's going to make a difference in the mind of the customer. Okay, we've cleared that up. Let's move on. How customers seek answers, how we are influenced, and how we decide has shifted dramatically. So too have the methods for creating strategies that drive our organizations that deals with this new dynamic. Until recently, it was fine to use historic data such as financial statements and macro data such as population demographics to help define strategies. That's slowly dying away. Old models like SWOT analysis, 5 forces, or business canvases aren't data-driven, they're subjective. This leads to creating random acts of digital. No longer does this cut mustard. Customers aren't delighted by your website, platform, mobile app. This is the absolute minimum of what they expect. These technologies don't, in and of themselves, create competitive advantage. Predictive modeling, understanding what the customer wants by way of experimenting and anchoring our strategy in real, testable, verifiable data is the new pursuit of a transformed business. A digital transformation strategy needs to focus not just on customer expectations, but rather on what you're going to stop doing in order to create that capacity and what you're going to start to do in order to create this new sustaining competitive advantage. It should also focus on how to create deliberate, planned practice cycles of innovation designed to take advantage of identified white space in new and existing markets. All of this using data and leveraging emerging technologies. Building a business that has this level of innovation, dynamism, and flexibility and capacity is conceived in the digital transformation strategy, often using digital transformation strategy frameworks. More about this in the links below. A digitally transformed business focuses heavily on data-driven decision-making and predictive models and emerging technology. The biggest challenges, however, are not technical. The tech people typically deliver whatever you've asked them for. It's what you're asking them for. That's the problem. From my experience, I would say the biggest challenge that stands between a digitally transformed organization and one that's failing to transform is the mindset of its leaders, managers, decision makers, and how they inspire the need for change and how they paint that new future.